Hello everyone, my name is El Parnaso, and for today's video we're gonna discuss the next ban list and why it's going to take your whole wallet. So our first step will be the Rizal pure version. Okay, so everybody knows this, Bonfire will be limited one. The economic reason is to force every single Rizal player to reach for the 7 Tachyon card, because at the end of the day, Bonfire it's better because it's not a -1, but they're gonna try to profit of the Tachyon and being the only secret valuable of the latest set, so you're gonna have to deal with it. Also, we have to deal with the fact that the Rizal cards, like the actual Rizal cards, were printed just some few months before, so they are not gonna hit it in the first ban list that they're gonna be exposed. Because at the end of the day, the decks to beat at Nationals will be Rizal and Malice. Now, because they want you to use the 7 Tachyon card, and they want to foment the idea that you are gonna be a lot better with it than without it, I don't think they're gonna ban the totally awesome this ban list, at least not because of the Atlanteans but because of Rizal. And because of this, I also don't think they're gonna ban the Dweller, at least this ban list, because Rizal actually need this card to compete against the other decks in the meta. It's a necessary evil. It reminds me of the time of Sky Striker and Thunder Dragon, when Colossus was really toxic, but you needed to make Engage less toxic. The same way here, you need Dweller to make Fiendsmith and Mermel less toxic than they are. It's a weird balance. Which also lead me to let you know, I don't think they're gonna hit anything in the Mermel deck, because that deck, in comparison to the actual environment of Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta right now and post-ban list, it's not good. It's objectively not good. And yes, it won like YCSs just recently. However, you need to consider how much of that is the actual merit of the deck, or the merit of the player using the deck, and the environment not being prepared to face that deck. Also, I think Konami wants the deck to be just a little bit longer, because the Poseida support in Supreme Darkness was a secret one, so I don't think they're gonna be hit in this one. Especially if Dweller is untouched, because you can be a Mermel player and all you want, but almost all your environment is gonna be Rizal, therefore almost all your environment is gonna be a consistent Dweller. So is Mermel really going to be top 1 in the next meta? I don't think so, if Dweller stays. Also, because of the 7 Tachyon, probably Droll is gonna come back really hard, therefore Mermel is gonna go down really hard. So now we're gonna discuss the Fiendsmith engine, and first please let's stop the copium and remind to ourselves. Engraver was a secret, Track was a secret, Requiem was a secret, and Lacrima was a secret. All of these 4 expansion secret rares, and they don't have any reprint yet. And Konami makes this ban list not to regulate the game, not to make the game better, it's just to make more money from us. Therefore, any of those 4 cards are gonna be touched in this ban list at all. What I actually think is going to happen is the Orcus approach. People who were in the Orcus timeline remembers that Orcus was played with everything else before was an actual Orcus pure deck. And the reason it became a pure version is because they banned Mermel Nightmare. And I think that's exactly what's gonna happen here. They're gonna ban Moon and they're gonna ban Exiton. The 2 ways that any engine, or at least any level 4 engine and any effect monster engine, can access to the whole Fiendsmith engine. In other words, they're gonna force you to play 3 track, more than 1 Requiem, more Lacrimas. For people that already have them, they're gonna have to buy more, like the ones that's left for the pure version post-ban list, and the people that don't have it are gonna buy the reprint ones when they came out eventually, so they can play it. That is also why I don't think they're gonna ban Fiendsmith in Paradise, because if they force you to play a pure version of the deck, I think Paradise is gonna be important, and if you get rid of the Moon and the Exiton, any other deck that is not pure Fiendsmith can take advantage of Fiendsmith in Paradise. Now, Malice follows this kinda same logic of Rizal. The Malice cards are just too new to get hit, so we're gonna try to hit everything around it in a way that's still gonna force you to buy the new support in Alliance Insight so you can play Malice full power for nationals and continental championships. Therefore, we're gonna ban Jocelyn Decoder. The main reason is because it's okay, like for me it's okay that you have two cards and you can go about one interaction from your opponent, right? For example, you normal Dormouse, you get Baylor, you may link the coder and then you banish the Dormouse with any bestial and you have 3 monsters on the field, right? Like that's okay. But the fact that because of link the coder, your opponent now needs to have two hand traps to interact with the link tree and the link decoder, I think that's the toxic part of that development. And link decoder won't be that useful after the AI support, like in comparison, so I think this is only to prevent Malice players right now, so they can go back really full force with the support that you need to buy from Alliance Insight, which I guess will be Ultra and Secret Rares. At last, I just wanted to discuss some non-engine cards that were a topic of discussion for this ban list. The first one, please stop the copying again. Shifter won't get banned, Shifter won't even get limit, Shifter just won't be hit at all. Konami didn't do it the whole 2024 when Shifter was a lot more broken than today. Like, at least right now the tier meta decks or can either use it because of Malice or they can make Detonator. So just deal with it, it won't happen. The other card a lot of people is talking about is Bestial Magnamut, which I get the point. An interruption that also gets you two baddies for defense mid engine is really broken. However, if we ban Moon, that argument is not that heavy anymore. Also, you have to consider that this is a searcher for the Primate engine and the Blue Eyes deck, which is a really recent deck. Therefore, I don't think they're gonna hit it just now, if they don't hit the Moon. Sorry, what I meant if they hit Moon, I don't think they will hit Magnamut, because there are not an excessive use for 2 effect monsters on the field anymore. And at last, the card that I wanted to talk about is one of the most important cards in Yu-Gi-Oh's history at this point. One of those cards that defined not only one meta, but 3 or 4 consecutive metas. Like at this time, we already been playing this as a 3-off, at least as 2-off, in like the Snake Eyes, in the Rizal, etc. Obviously, the card I'm talking about is the one and only, hopefully the one and only, Nobleman Crossout. This card, well, the son of Nobleman Crossout Designator. Like, this card has been defining a lot of the exchanges in Yu-Gi-Oh! Latest years. So I think the most healthy approach is the same approach as Called by the Grave, which is to limit it. And that's my prediction for the next ban list.